What's poppin' and oppin', guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are all having a great day. I know I am. And if you are having yourselves a great day, then please press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. My channel will die. Yeah, that's kind of it, to be honest. I would really appreciate you pressing the like button so I can get recommended. Anyways, guys, hope you are having a good one. I do know that it's a very likely chance that you've done absolutely nothing today because we're all locked inside of our houses for at least 30 more days. But it's the second day of 420, so I figured I would continue it with the story about an evil stepdad. Not that that has anything to do with 420. You know, every now and then you just gotta get out there and experiment with something you've never told a story about before. And evil step-parents isn't something that's generally my forte. But yeah, it is pretty good, and there is some what are you doing step-bro moments. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So growing up, I had a childhood friend named Matthew, and he was a pretty chill dude, but his mom was single for as long as I knew him. Like, right off the bat, his mom was just a single mom, and she did a pretty good job. Matthew and I would hang out pretty often, and yeah, that was just how life was. But when we were, like, sophomores in high school, his mom finally decided it was time to get back on the train and start dating. And she started dating pretty quick because, not gonna lie, his mom was pretty hot, so the second she started dating, people were obviously interested. And Matthew wasn't very cool with his mom, like, dating. I mean, I don't feel like most people are. He would never tell her, no, you can't date, but he just didn't like to hear about her dating life because it'd probably be pretty awkward for your mom to walk in and be like, yeah, I went on a date last night and this guy was a great kisser. I'm really cool not knowing that about my mom. I'm really, really okay never hearing those words come out of her mouth. So his mom, like, just didn't keep him very updated in the dating life until things got serious. And one day he comes to school and he looks pissed off and he's like, Ryan, I need to talk to you stat. We have a massive problem. I think my life might be over. This is a big, bad situation. So we step aside from, like, the rest of the friend group and he's like, all right, here's the situation. My mom last night says that she wants me to meet this dude she's dating because she thinks that she wants to marry him. But I didn't even know that she was dating anyone. So she told me about this dude and I looked him up on Facebook and I just don't like the guy. I really, really do not like this dude. He is just not a nice guy, I can tell. So I'm like, all right, show me his Facebook. Maybe you're overreacting. I would too. If some dude was dating my mom, I'd probably be like, yeah, he is literally the reincarnation of Hitler. Just because, I don't know. I don't think, I just think I'm protective of my mom. I feel like most kids are. So he pulls up the Facebook and, yeah, any idea that my friend was overreacting immediately goes out the window. I don't know if you guys have seen Tiger King, but he looks like Jeff from Tiger King. And for those of you that haven't seen Tiger King, I'm going to describe it. Imagine if you took, like, the douchiest clothing you could imagine and draped it on an old man that is way too old to try to be dressing cool, and then just sprayed the douchiest cologne, just Axe body sprayed for 90 minutes, shook up a monster and sprayed it everywhere. That is what this dude looked like. He just the attitude of, like, the way he would pose in pictures and what he was wearing as a 50-year-old man was just no bueno. No bueno. You could kind of tell what guy he was. And then we're scrolling through and we're reading the posts on this dude's Facebook, and his public posts are just absurd. I'm not even kidding. There's a post from, like, this 50-year-old man saying that he loves that his daughter is 18 now because all of her friends are legal so he can date them, which is a very weird thing to post on your Facebook wall. Like, hello, everyone that I have added, whether it be business associates or my grandmother. Please listen as I detail the things that I would do to girls my daughter's age. Like, it's just a weird thing to post publicly. So we definitely are like, yeah, this is not a very good dude. 0 out of 10. So he's like, I'm meeting him tonight. He's coming over for dinner. Can I call you after and tell you about it? Because I just don't like him. Like, yeah. Sure, man, no problem, whatever floats your boat, keep me updated, because now I'm invested. His mom is now dating Super Douche, which is very impressive. He's the next Avenger. Now that they got rid of a couple of them, I bet you the next, like, Avengers is going to be Super Douche and Joe Exotic from Tiger King fist bumping over the top of the world. So I go about my business the rest of the day. I'm not too worried, and later that night I get a FaceTime call, and he goes, Ryan, it's even worse in person. And I'm like, all right, what do you mean, fill me in? So he starts telling me that this dude walks into his house with a 12-pack of Monster, which I didn't even know they made, and, like, looks at him, looks at his mom, and says, sup, B-word, which I'm not gonna say, not because I don't want to say it, but, you know, Karen, listen, times are rough out here. There's a global depression going on. I need my ad revenue. Regardless, saying sup to your mom in front of you during a date isn't very good. And then he looks at my friend and says, "Oh, you must be the kid. If you want to fight me for dominance or whatever, we'll do it, because this is going to be my house pretty soon," which is just not a good opener. So off the bat, my friend Matthew is like, "Yeah, I don't like you." But the news gets even worse. So through dinner, his mom is like making googly eyes at this dude, and then they say, "Matthew, we have some great news. We're sure you're gonna be excited." And he's like, "What is the news? That you and him are breaking up and I'm never gonna have to see him again? Because that's the only good news that I want to hear right now." And instead, the news he receives is that this douche canoe is gonna be his stepdad, because he proposed to his mom when they were hanging out last week at his house, which doesn't make him too happy, because when he subdues you and throws you a monster when he meets you, you're not too hyped that he's dating your mom. So my friend is obviously flabbergasted, because this is the first time he's meeting this dude. He didn't get any clearance first, which I guess he doesn't need, but it's kind of surprising when one day you don't know that your mom has a boyfriend, and the next day your mom is like, "Oh yeah, we're getting married and he's moving in." That's just a big change. I'm not saying it's right for him to be upset, and his mom can do whatever she wants, but as far as, surprises go, that's a pretty big surprise. That's up there with someone being like, "Oh, I have a surprise you're gonna love." And you're like, "Awesome, what is it?" "Oh, it's something you'll use every day." You're like, "Sick." "Oh, I'm pregnant. We're gonna have a kid. You're gonna have to raise him." And I'm like, that's not a very good surprise. Not a fan. So my friend is obviously pressed and not very happy about the fact that his mom is about to marry Super Douche. But to make matters worse, Super Douche wants to get married, right now, right away. He doesn't want to have a wedding because they've been there and done that. He just wants to go to the courthouse, sign papers, and move in tomorrow. And so my friend pulls aside his mom and is like, "Hey, maybe we should get a prenup. Maybe we should think about this a little more. Maybe we don't just marry Super Douche right now on the spot without asking anyone if it's a good idea first. I'm just saying, maybe that's not a good idea." But his mom is like, "No, because when you find love, you don't let it go. You hold on to love." Yeah, some Pinterest shit, because that's what all the white moms be preaching, is just some real Pinterest stuff. Newsflash, all you Karens out there, Pinterest love isn't real. And that night, he goes from thinking his mom was low-key single to having a stepdad. I swear, the next morning, well, I guess not that night, but the next day, he gets home from school, and his mom basically tells him that she had married this dude during the day at the courthouse. So, very fast turnaround, and he is not very happy about it. And like I said, he had FaceTimed me that night, and he was obviously pissed at school the next day, but when he had gone home and found out that they were married, he's not a very happy camper, because he does not like this dude. And almost immediately, as soon as the dude moves in, there starts being issues with him and the guy. The guy just, started trying to out-alpha my friend, which is weird, because it's not even like there was really a competition. It's just not like that. But the dude would just purposely make my friend do things that he didn't want to do and cause problems in the house just to prove that he was in charge. For example, he made a rule that my friend wasn't allowed to shower with hot water on, and his mom was just, "Oh, we're doing it to save the environment," but it was just low-key a mind game to get in my friend's head and make it be like, "I can control you." It was just weird. This guy was nuts. But the ultimate straw that broke the camel's back came about 2 months in. So for 2 months, my friend is basically living with a dictator that is making him take cold showers, being mean to him, just causing problems, making him like have to walk to school, refused to drive him, said it would make him tougher, and his mom is just blinded by love. Obviously, he's not too happy with his mom at the time, because, you know, when you get betrayed for like a slimy grease ball, it don't feel too good. So he's just talking to me about it a lot because he would trust me about it, and he's like, dude, this guy is just crazy. Like, he's nuts. And at the time, when we were growing up a little bit, going through changes, my friend had hit that a little bit earlier, so he's like built like a man at this point. This 50-year-old dude is a little bit out of shape, a little out there, but my friend, you know, played sports and was active and is pretty built. And he hadn't fought him yet because he was not trying to cause problems for his mom, but he's like, you know, if he ever does anything physical or hurts my mom or anything, then I'll probably snap and beat the crap out of him, but like until then I'll just play nice and get along. But he does not like this dude. He hates him. And 2 months into his new stepdad relationship, So this dude, this douche canoe, would smoke cigarettes in the living room and just like basically chain smoke packs of cigarettes all day when he would get home from work. And one day my friends in his room playing video games were like gaming, and he hears his dog yelp, and he loved this dog. He had this dog since he was like 6 years old. And he goes out there and it's yelping and it's like looking at him and it's walking away. So he goes over to look at the dog, and there's a burn mark on like the belly of the dog in the shape of a cigarette. And his stepdad is like laughing. So he looks at him and he's like, what happened to the dog? And he giggles and says, oh, nothing, I was just messing with him. Oh, nothing happened. He's like, all right, so then why is there a little burn mark on my dog in the perfect shape of a cigarette? Did you put your cigarette out on my dog? And the stepdad just looks at him and starts laughing and is like, no. He's like, dude, did you put a cigarette out on my dog? And he's like, well, even if I did, you can't prove anything. And even if you could, it's my house, so it's not like you could do anything about it, punk. And that's when my friend basically loses it. He's, you can be mean to me all day, but you're not going to put cigarettes out on my dog. So he gets up in this dude's face. And this dude, instead of realizing that he is out of shape and old, and my friend is not out of shape and definitely capable of beating him, decides to just be like, oh, get out of my face, get out of my house. And his mom comes out and is like, what's going on? And the stepdad decides to look tough and push her son. But when he pushes him, all bets are off, and my friend proceeds to basically mollywop the heck out of his stepdad right in front of his mom. Doesn't even care. He's like, you know what? You married him, you can defend him. I don't care. And just starts beating him. And the entire time he's like, you're not gonna put cigarettes out on my dog. And that's like, I think, the most evil thing you could do. Okay, sure, James Bond villains definitely are pretty evil when they blow up small countries or whatever, but I'm just saying, if we're gonna keep it a buck, putting a cigarette out on the belly of an innocent, cute dog, that's pretty up there in terms of maniacal villainous. This guy could give Gru a run from his money. He's gonna be the new guy of the Minions, so... And if you love your dog and someone puts a cigarette out on your dog, you don't fight back. If I was walking Pendleton, my beagle, and somebody walked up to him and burned him, I'd be going to jail. I'm beating somebody up. I don't feel bad. So he beats the crap out of his stepdad, and his mom's freaking out and is like, what is going on? What's going on? So he pulls him apart, and the stepdad's like, you're gonna get out of my house. And his mom is like, no, you're not kicking my son out. What happened? So my friend finally explains he burned the dog with the cigarettes and just goes off about like how bad he's been treated and everything going on, and how like he's probably cheating on her with like da because he's always posting on Facebook about how hot his daughter's friends are, which is super creepy, is just snapping. And his mom is just sitting there listening, and she's like, well, what do you think? And looks at her husband and is like, do you have anything to say for yourself, or are you just gonna take it? And the husband, the stepdad, decides to try to kick him out again and is like, you're a liar, you're lying about me, get out, you're worthless, me and your mom are never gonna talk to you again. And his mom does the smart thing finally and basically decided, yeah, no, you're not gonna make me never talk to my son to be with you, Mr. Douchey McDouche-a-lot. And they ended up filing for divorce shortly after that. But yeah, apparently some soccer moms out there really just getting delusional and think that they're marrying a superhero when they're marrying a chain smoker that's gonna burn their innocent dog. High key though, it ended up working out. Nothing ended up happening after that. They just never talked to him again. But all you soccer moms out there, just because he says he loves you, if he drinks Monster, you know you can't date him, alright? And I'm not talking to Monster every now and then. Maybe like once or twice a year, you're golden. If he religiously drinks Monster, if he has to buy Monster in bulk from Costco in order to keep up his habits, you shouldn't marry him. That's advice for anyone out there, period. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are all staying safe. These are like pretty scary times. I'm gonna try to get back on the grind. I really haven't been feeling well, so I'm sorry for missing uploads. I don't like to. I don't mean to let you guys down. I know I'm known for uploading every day. I just haven't been feeling well, but yeah, thank you so much for all the support. If you're new, feel free to press the subscription button to subscribe. Get the videos every single day. That's what you could really do. And yeah, if you turn on those notifications and you send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby, I shout you out. Today's notification shout out goes to Fiona420. Big shout out to you. It is the third day of 420. Very swagalicious, very swagalicious. And yeah, on that note, guys, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. If you guys want to check anything else out, I am streaming on Twitch, twitch.tv/ScrubbyOG. Come check it out. It's been fun. I'm going to be streaming on there probably when this video goes up. But yeah, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'm saying so good, I'm going to say it twice. I'm really close to 15 minutes, so I'm going to stretch this hoe because it just looks so much better than like 14:52 on the time box. It's a little bit of an OCD thing. This game is called Sunset Overdrive, by the way. I see a lot of people asking me in the comments section, and yeah, bye.